there's going to be a bunch of shit talking eventually. If y'all don't know, please take a look at Anderson's shirt. This is Gala. Hopefully you tune in for that. Some great stuff. Let's send it around the whole.
Hottest item in the store, Kels. Hottest item in the store. I hear they're flying off the shelves. Better get in there quick if you want one.
All right. So let's send it around.
Official position here on the front.
There you go. Yeah. So Gala's merch in the 239 store. Pay attention. But Anderson, we'll send it around to you first. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm good, man. I got the bong pack. The White Claws are out. I got all 748 trades that have been, going on this season. Ready to talk some shit. My team's in last place in the standings. I'm ready to go. It's good.
Yambag, Negan himself. How you doing?
Good. Just got fitted for my new Brokeback Mountain jersey. My third one this week. So let's see if this lasts till the end of the show. Who knows?
Yam, I can't think of a better team for you to be on than the Brokeback Mountaineers. It's just fitting for you, my guy. I'm just saying. It's just fitting. Mash, how you doing up there?
Doing good, buddy. Just smoking a little bit with Ando and here to talk some shit. Ready for Nicky Pats to get here.
All right. So, Mash, you don't have to feel obligated to do this, but Pale in the chat said, trade Yam mid-show, make it happen.
I'm on the phones as we're talking on here, so anything's possible.
All right, great. All right, let's see if it happens. And then I see that there were some audio issues at the beginning. If y'all didn't catch it, Nicky Pat and DMart Gaming will be joining us hopefully in the next 10, 15 minutes or so. Be sure to message them in the general chat. Let them know that they're slow. All right. So let's go ahead. All right. Do y'all want to talk about? Fuck it. We're not gonna jump into trades just yet. I want to see if we can get those guys in here first, so we can actually all take a gander at 17 different trades that happened daily. I want to point out that season 18, 16-team season currently has on pace to break the 239 record for trades in a season, and it's not really fucking close. Speaking of which, we have a new guest with us.
Oh, hello,
Johnny.
hello.
Look at this guy. We got Nicky Pats. While he's getting the camera set up for Nicky Pat, if y'all don't know, Johnny Blaze is streaming for us. Obviously, you're on his channel. Make sure you go drop a follow. If you feel obligated to drop bits or whatever, do so. Make sure you subscribe. The longer you stay in the channel, the more Blaze bucks you get. I'm just saying.
You got some Blaze bucks flying around? Any trivia? What we got going on, Johnny?
If we could think of something throughout the course of the show, we can have a little fun with that. Yeah, we could throw some around and just be like, hey, what do you think? For instance, is D-Mark in a show? I think, but I'm just saying for an example.
We should just start one off with that. Might as well.
Why not? We have another one we could be like, is Yam traded mid-show? Yes or no? You know what I mean? Who wants to bet on that bad boy?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good one, man. Am I on now? Am I on this show now?
You are, yeah. I got you there, Nick.
You're on the show.
Oh, you got me on, Johnny.
And you have a beard, so you're officially welcome. Otherwise, I'm going to get fucked.
We were just going around the horn. We're giving everyone a chance to speak. Obviously, this is your first time on the Faceoff. How are you doing, bud?
I'm doing great.
And
I just got through with playing a game with Figo, so I could be better, but this is a little bit of whiskey here. Some Canadian, what's it called? Northern Harvest. It's
nice.
Crown Royal.
How many
Northern
bottles
Harvest.
have you finished since Line A got traded? That's my first question.
I'm still working on number one. Actually, I've been doing all right. I'm out of mourning now. I'm warming up to the whole Pierre-Luc Dubois thing. Thanks for asking.
All right.
Well, you're in Winnipeg, so you're not warming up to anything, but I know what you're trying to say.
So before the show, we were waiting on you, and we're thinking to ourselves, you're in a game. What fucking game are you actually in? We're like, we know it's not when D-Mart's in with Caps Gaming. We didn't think it was LG. So you're in a league with Figo. So which of the 35 different leagues that Figo's in are you in?
Yeah, it's called the GCHL, and the competition is pretty bad. Let's just say it's pretty bad.
The Get Crushed Hockey League. I like it.
All right. Yeah.
Enough
yeah.
of that. All right.
I don't even know. Yeah.
All right. So here, let's
What's
go
our
ahead.
first 239 topic?
All right. So 239 topic wise, I'm pulling up the standings as we speak, and as we sit 2 weeks into the season, I'm going to send it around to ask anyone: is there anyone on this list, whether it be that they're better than you expected or worse than you expected? What is the one team that to you kind of surprises you in their current spot? Anderson, I'll send it to you first, just because I just feel like I think that's the best play.
Fuck, I mean, I don't know. I had no idea what really to expect. I expected it to kind of be a season full of absolute, parity, and so far that's what it looks like. I mean, the worst place in the team or in the league is a 3-way tie with 8 points in 12 games, which is not even like a disaster. It's not even that bad as far as a terrible team goes. Every single team is still in it. I would say maybe the biggest surprise to me is the team that's in first place, SBDR's team. He's a captain that's kind of imploring the part-time strategy. He's got 2 kind of different lineups. And sometimes, that second lineup tends to be a bit of a fall off from the first one, but it looks like so far they're picking up their weight as part of the second line, and they're leading the way at first point. So that would be, I guess, my surprise, but it's a tough season to call, in my opinion.
Yambag, how about you? You've been on a few teams.
I actually think Ozzy's team's a little surprising. They're in third place. They're 7-2-3, and I mean, it's nothing against Ozzy, but I didn't think he would be a top team. But he's got the third best team in the league, so he's getting it done. He's actually second in goals to Nick the Greek. I guess somebody told Nick which build to use or something. I don't know. And he's using up correctly, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, that's my team. But Clancy's a good goalie, so I guess that's a big part of their record.
Fair enough. Mash, what about you? Is there a team that sticks out to you or what?
I'd have to go with Ozzy as well. Like throughout the whole draft, I didn't think he was there, and then he pulled together and made this team.
Nicky Pat?
Yeah,
you have a specific team that stands out to you?
Oh, yeah.
Good or bad?
I think, first things, obviously it's the Mighty Ducks for me. Go through the draft, I kind of thought they had a pretty good squad, and it just hasn't really, other than Schwartz lighting it up there, they're not really, you got Jelly who's obviously got some skills and stuff, and he's clicking around a point per game and stuff like that. So I don't really know what's going on there. They've obviously made a bunch of trades and stuff too. So I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of surprising. I thought they'd be kind of at the top of the league right now, but sort of in the middle of the pack, But it's hard to say. I think the biggest surprise just in the standings in general is probably just how much parity there is. It's there's
yeah,
you know what I mean? There is pretty on each night, any team could win. Obviously, because we almost beat D-Mart, so it's any team could win. But yeah,
that's a fair point, and you're right. I mean, with the Mighty Ducks, we have to play better, and trades will kind of see what happens after that. For me, it's the Chinese finger traps, aka Hergy and company. Hergy made it to the finals last season, and then he went out and got all his boys again. He didn't get mashed though.
Except for one guy.
This one important piece to that team is currently on this panel. He looked around for Kerdog, but Kerdog wouldn't trade Mash to him. So it didn't work out like that. So we're trying to figure out what's going to happen this time around. I'm sure he's got something up his sleeve, or 17 things up his sleeve. He hasn't really got active with the parade of trades like fucking Flaming Dragon has. All right, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's coming soon. 9 points in 12 games. They're better than that. That's kind of what I see. So we'll see how the rest of it kind of unfolds. So that's my
one thing I find weird, not necessarily on ice, but if you look at some of the teams right now, Caberlet's team and McDollarmenu's team have 43 and 40 bods available each other team. They have a whole stud player just sitting there in unpaid dollars. So I find that to be weird as fuck for sure so far.
He's a 42 bod goalie.
42 bod goalie who's going to save 70% of the shots. I probably wouldn't do that if I was a captain, but he could. I mean, it's just, I guess, an option. But no, I just find that really weird. It's something I don't think we've really ever seen so far in 239, quite that extent of bods. So, I mean, I don't know, Yam, Kelch, you guys are admins. You guys have been around for a while. Do you ever remember two teams sitting there with an entire stud worth of bods just sitting there after 25% of the season?
Maybe 20 bods, I think, is the most I can remember. 20, 25, depending if you kind of get your guys early and you're not raised up on the price. But yeah, I don't remember seeing anything north of 30 ever extended period of time.
Has a team ever made the playoffs with that much? Like even 20 bods, like you're saying, Couch, you know what I mean? Like, has a team made the playoffs in 239 history
Well,
with that
one
much
thing
bods sitting there unused?
so it's kind of hard to like kind of actually say that because so much of the league's like history was done via snake draft.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's not
that's
like
true.
there's
Yeah.
a ton of
point,
history
yeah.
when it comes to auction
Yeah.
drafts. Auction is more recent and has kept pretty much more parity, and that's why it's seemingly used more frequent. But since like we switched over and done a lot of auction setups, I can't recall off the top of my head like which team specifically had more than
Usually, like the Wizzy War teams have like a lot of money left
Yeah.
because they just take the part timers, get them kind of cheap, and they're
Yep.
like him and
That's
his captain
true.
are really good at drafting, and they have a bunch of money, but not 40 plus bots. So I that's just something I found weird or something that stood out.
I have 27 available right now.
Yeah, you
And
and
that's why.
Jelly has 24.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
Jelly
like,
has quite a bit
those
too.
are a lot of mounts, and technically with that kind of setup, you could take on a bigger contract, to make a move or something of that nature. Not necessarily saying you're going to. I mean, you can move Yam 5 bods right now for someone over 30 bods. It's a thing. It can happen. You
It's
should
not
probably
gonna
try
happen.
to. You should
That
probably
won't-
try to investigate that like right now. Rumor has it Pale's trying to trade himself. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just something that's interesting. I thought.
All right.
Anyway.
Before we get into the trades, because I don't want to go there just yet, I want to see if we can give DMARC Gaming, aka No Show McGee here, a few more minutes. But I want to go to the stats for the season. So if y'all have the stats page pulled up, or if you don't, pull it up for a second. And I'm gonna talk about the point totals as we sit right now. So Mash, he's on the panel and he's also number 1 currently when it comes to points. But is there anyone on this listing that maybe surprises you being in that top 10? Yeah, I'll send it to you.
It's Mox. He was
Any particular reason why you think it's Mox?
from being a captain last season and seeing the value that he had, via the trade block or discussions or whatever with other captains. He didn't have top 10 scorer value. I'll put it that way. He was playing defense this season. He's playing offense, but for 2 points a game a player, he would have been moved around a lot more last season if he had the same values. So I think that's a surprise for me.
Nicky Pat?
Well, thanks for coming to me second because I got a gem. Okay, so there's something weird about the site here. It goes 1 to 9 on the first page. You click to the second page. It starts at number 11, which is number 10, though. And that
It's for
is
ties.
They're ties, yeah.
It's a tie.
We should read off
'cause it's
the
a tie,
top 10
right,
for anybody who's
yeah.
not looking.
whatever.
So.
Okay.
It's still listed as Joe Stowe as number 10, so he is in the top 10. My boy Joe. All right, you're doing good, and it's a bit of a surprise for me. I'll be honest. Those are a lot of points for Joe Stowe, but keep it up, Joey. Good job, bud.
All right, so Ando, good point. I'll do it right now. So currently sitting in number 1 with 39 points is Mashatpa. 34 points out of nowhere in the depths of hell, SBDR. In third with 32 points is Schwartz. Fourth place is tied. Well, it's tied fourth place with Levins and Sober Enough and Crazy Legs. And then you have DMARC Gaming and It's Mock sitting at 27. Falza, for those that don't know how to pronounce it, Falzax, it is Falza. I confirmed that twice. And then NJ Ski at 25 points. So those are currently the rounded out top 10.
Okay, right, yeah.
So,
Okay, so I'll pick from one of them. I guess Joey is outside the top 10.
I mean, it's a great nomination, though, because if he's 11.
For me, the crazy one is Sober. Sober has 12 games played, 20 goals, 8 assists, and he's shooting 40% on his 20 goals. That's pretty nuts. On a team that's not I don't think on paper anybody would have picked as one of the top offensive teams. Sober's putting up big numbers, a shit ton of goals. So, and that's the
He's
guy
sneaky,
that
man.
stands out to me.
Look, let me tell you a thing or two about Sober. Even though one of those goals is with an AFK Yam bag, okay? Let's not get into that. I'm gonna be pissed, okay? But before we talk about that one point, Sober doesn't surprise me on this list.
He always gets his points.
Sober gets his goal. He doesn't go for anything. No one ever fucking bids him up. The guy's been over 15 bods once in his career, but he's gone over 40 goals multiple times in a season. So
I would say it surprised me because we traded for Sober last season on Pale trade for him, and we lost like every goddamn series since we got him. So at least glad to see that he's carrying goals, winning games.
It's a familiar thing. Like if he's familiar with you and you let him play his style of game, he gets his points.
Yeah, but he's only one season removed. Like I don't know, he didn't have a great season last year. I don't know if anybody really did except for Pale.
Though.
Yeah, exactly. The year before that, he had like 50-something goals or something.
Yeah, but to be fair though, he had Wizzy, DMAR, Cortez, Swag.
So he got carried.
Crips.
Oh.
And Cortez, if you're watching,
there's such thing as getting carried.
He was playing.
I know.
There's nothing wrong with getting carried
on the left side.
Nice.
And that really pissed you off, and I just wanted to bring that up.
So I got Sober
ahead,
up here. I pulled up his like history. Season 15 and 16, he scored 55 and 40. I'm sorry, 55 and 16, and 47. Let me try it again. 55 in season 15 and 47 in season 16, and they're two of his highest shot percentages. So, I mean, I guess he did get carried a little bit.
For me, it's the whole combination. Like 40% shooting. That's
and you know what? I know
another
second
highest in the league.
A left winger on the, a lefty on the left side. Not a single one-timer for any of those goals. I'm just joking. But
don't tell that to Cortez. He'll lose his mind.
Cortez is fucking fuming right now. It'll be on episode 4 of fucking NDA when they're talking about how butt cheek they are. Okay, Matt, I'll go to you. We didn't get your opinion. Is there anyone in the top 10 that kind of strikes you for any reason? Is it like expected, not expected? You're surprised?
Mine would be D-Mart, because I figured he'd be split in time with Dom, but that hasn't happened.
No, he's playing every game.
Yeah, Dom actually, if you didn't know this, on game days, he's in a full cheerleading costume. Like, he's got pom-poms, he has the mini skirt.
He sends me pictures like that, yeah.
Oh, so you're he actually started blocking me.
Dom's just a stats bitch. That's all he's there for.
Pom-poms
and to work the trade market.
Yo,
that's mostly for fun.
You laugh, though. You look at the roster they built with a bunch of part-time guys that never see the ice. That is because Dom just got sad of being a lonely. So he like got all these guys to be there with him. So now he got a whole fucking cheerleading squad.
He knew he couldn't play most of the games, so he's like, screw it, just stick me on here for free. I'll show up once in a while if D-Mar's too hammered or he's watching wrestling or can't show up to the show like he promised he would. Something like tonight, Sometimes things happen.
Yeah, good old D-Mart, missing, shocker. He's probably on a roof.
Blue Line King and Jug Monkey.
Dude, no, he's on a rooftop somewhere with a fucking sniper just waiting for someone to cross his path. Let's call it what it is.
Well, looks like Schwartzy in chat mentioning tonight. I haven't followed wrestling since the Attitude Era. I guess tonight's the Royal Rumble. I guess he's big into that, so I guess we're not going to see him tonight.
That's a great fucking point.
I think
if he's watching Royal Rumble, that at least makes sense. But however, you got somewhere to be, man. You got somewhere to fucking be.
Seriously,
you know what I'm saying? Baby. Pop it on the screen while you're on the show. It's a fucking possibility. I don't know, man. Sober says it's over, so there you go.
So 30 minutes left over the ropes. We good? We done? All right.
yeah. So let's go ahead.
I said good things about Sober, and he's in the chat. I take back everything I said.
All right. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to send it around to every single one of us, and I'm just going to nominate us a fucking team to kind of go over. Just because we haven't really said something about this team one way or another, and I just want to get people to kind of talk about them. So, first off, Anderson, I'm nominating you. You get Colinelli's team. Let's see.
What's the name of their actual team? So I can pull
Game Misconduct.
Game Misconduct. Oh, yes.
Yam, you get 2 through 9 Globetrotters. Nikki Pat, you get Rotating Pizza Oven. Mash, you get Dora's Backpack. And I will take Buffalo Hockey Team. I'll give everyone a second here to kind of pull up.
I can just start going. The team you gave me is Colinelli's team, so Game Misconduct was probably my second runner-up for most surprising teams, I guess. I think they were picked to be not towards the bottom, but at least mid-pack or towards the bottom by most teams on the power rankings, and they're sitting there in 6th place right now. A team that just pulled off a trade They originally had I Don't Get Tired and Disnub on their team, who they just moved to Cabriolet. I know Disnub is a guy that I'm a huge fan of personally, a guy who is criminally underrated here so far in 239. Went for 1 bod last season, 9 bods this season. Is really good. And then I Don't Get Tired is a good rookie defenseman here who's went for 20 bods. So they just got moved to Cabriolet. In return, they got Disney is Greedy, who's a 40 bod stud defenseman. Just played him the other night. Made Flaming Dragon cry pretty much the whole night. Wanted no part of him. Tried to trade for him or something after the game. I don't fucking know, because he just got shut the fuck down. So he's a beast. So they got a beast back. And they also got Slothmania, who's a Guyanese friend, plays with the Guyanese crew every single night, and is a really underrated player for 1 bod who's worth probably, I don't know, 15, 20. So I think a good trade for Colinelli he just made. So I don't think his team's going to go anywhere but up from that 6th place spot. So I look for them to be in the playoffs at the end of the year, and they've been doing pretty good. They got Blazing Rick, a veteran goalie in there, and Jay Ski leading the way on offense. So they're a pretty solid team.
Yeah, you want to go next?
So I got the Globetrotters, and I actually played against them. We both played against them. I think it was week 1. I'm pulling up now to just take a look. Yeah, so we played them week 1, and they were marked as the best team in the league before we played them. So when we played them, we played against Croydon's line. So Croydon was on offense. He was on offense with Sauce Walker, who was probably the best, maybe top 3, I guess, best right wings in the league. Ovi's a left winger. He's a rookie, I believe. Borat wings. Kane, he was one of the top rookies last season, if not the top rookie. I don't remember. I think Chunky Feces might have been. And they had this Veds 30X or Veds X30 guy. When we played them, we played a close series against them, but they played really good defense. So that might be the strong point of their team. We had less than 10 shots for 2 games, so that's pretty putrid. And we had Jelly and surprising offense, so we should have scored some goals. But they had Veds on offense. They had Veds in net, and every time we had a chance, he seemed to stop us. So they were a low scoring but low goal against team also. So I don't know if they're the best team in the league. Jelly kind of blew up his squad after that series, or the series after that, I think. But I think Pale's team's going to make the playoffs. Pale's going to make some more trades before the playoffs anyway, because that's what he does. So I'm rating this team, and I'm kind of wasting my time because he's going to trade probably half of them before he does anything else. But yeah, no, I don't think they're the best. I think SPDR's team would be the best before the end of the season. But I think Pale's team would be a middle of the pack, top, close to the top of the standings.
Mash, you want to go next?
Sure. Doors backpack. Offensively, they need to just figure it out. Defensively, they've been a really strong team. But just from talking with Zero Pain, he said they kind of got to get some chem together. Which I'm still a little mad at Swizz about some things.
So he's calling you out. He's calling you out so much he took your fucking cave and he's living in it.
Wait, yeah, I think they're a playoff team for sure, and if they figure it out offensively, I think they're a top team.
Yeah, I think they're a really sound, all-around defensive unit. Nicky Pats, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. All right, I got rotating pizza oven here. A little bit bizarre. They got looks like they've got 1 series win, which is a sweep here of if I'm not mistaken, it was McDollar Menus team. Yeah, McDollar Menus team. So they've lost. They lost to Buffalo's team. They got 1 win in that series. That was an overtime win they got. Man, oh man, they went to overtime against Joe Stowe's team every single game. Lost 2 of them, won 1. So, they're getting some points here and there, which is kind of crazy. But, they're staying competitive and stuff like that, but kind of a middle-of-the-pack team. I know they have recently made some trades. I know Pogs and who's the captain of the team, obviously. Pogs and Surprise Me are kind of boys, and they've played a ton together or whatever. So I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he's on their team, even though he's not on their website here on their team, but I know he's on their team, I think.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so they got Blue Line King, who seems to be scoring all their goals at this point. He's got like a goal per game kind of thing. We know they got a solid goalie and Link Runner. I played with Link Runner a few times, pretty solid. They also are the new recipient of a man who's going for the record books here at 239, Epic, who's been traded to I think like 25 or 30% of the teams already. So going strong and trying to keep his trades going. So all right. And in all reality, I've never played against or with Blue Line King. Actually, you know what? That's a total lie. I did play against him. Yeah, no, I played against him back in the Moose a long time ago when he was a defenseman. But welcome to the web. Not too sure.
Unreliable. Nothing.
Yeah, I've heard that's not true. I've heard he's actually really good, and I know you're fucking around, but I know he's actually a really good player and plays to the end. Yeah. So we haven't played him yet, but we got this one circled. We got this one circled on the calendar. He was supposed to be a regular on this show, so we're never going to go on break ever. Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, fuck him then.
Basically, he's a bum.
Basically, yeah.
There's no other way to put it. Like, I cannot tell you how many times this guy's like, "Hey guys, I just need 5 minutes. I'm gonna run and get coffee." And if you know him, every fucking person that actually knows him knows that's at least 3 hours minimum he's gone for. Fucking, he lives 2 minutes away from the closest Dunkin', and the guy takes 3 hours to get his fucking coffee. He is out there dealing and wheeling fucking, I don't even know what he's slinging. Crack.
Okay. So, one thing I will say about this team before I sign off, because this is my team to study. If you have an opportunity and they're about to score, take the penalty. Because they only score about 13% of the time on their PK, on their power plays. It's not looking good. Just trip them, slash them, hook them, whatever you got to do. It doesn't matter. They're not going to score. So, yeah, that's it.
That's some top quality insider information there. I like that.
All right. So I've got Buffalo
Good shit
Hockey,
there, Nikki.
a.k.a. Young Buffalo Squad. This team, if I can describe them in one word so far, meh. That's it. It just hasn't been what I kind of expected. I think a lot of people, if you just kind of looked at it from the outside, was like, all right, this team has a good chance to be very productive, probably top 5, 6, wherever you want to kind of rank them, whatever. They're probably going to be towards the top of the standings. However, they're not there right now. Where are they at? They're sitting at, correct me if I'm wrong, let's double check they're sitting at 4-4-1 after the 3 games that are actually submitted in. They have the one reschedule with Swizzy, so they have only played 3 series, so they have a little bit of room to grow there. However, you look at this team. You have Barrett 50 Cal, okay, which he went after and got, who cannot play game once, right? So in his 6 games that he has played, though, they're winning 2/3 of those games. That's pretty solid. The rest of the team without him, though, they're not winning enough games. Like they need to make sure they, as a cohesiveness, find a way to win game ones, or at least fucking split them. You know what I mean? I don't see it right now. When you look at this team, they have a total of 34 goals. I mean, excuse me, I said that wrong. I was looking at the wrong stat. They have 23 goals and 25 goals allowed. Now, if you know Buffalo and how he wants to play, he wants to trap like fucking crazy. You know what I mean? I literally was in a party with him today. He wants to invent a new strategy. He wants to go with the 0-5-0 strategy. Literally what he called it. He wants 5 guys stacked across the blue line, no forecheckers, no one else back, 5 guys straight across. And he's a fucking idiot, all right? As he likes to tell me, and I'll tell him, he likes elementary fucking school settings for everything, and that's the type of way he plays hockey at times, okay? But the guy they don't allow goals normally for his team. That's kind of his thing, right? So I think this team, just as a cohesiveness, needs to be better. They have Hall of Fame. They have a great defenseman. Barrett 50 Cal, I'm assuming they're playing him at righty is where I would play him with the way they have their setup. You have Barrett 50 Cal for 2 games, and you have Hall of Fame. At least 2 out of 3 games of every series, you should be very stout defensively. This team needs to limit the goals and get some more offense. It can't be Cobb out here scoring all their goals for him. Cobb has 13. The rest of the team combined has 10. Whew. I mean, that has to change. Until that does...
Some Schwartz-like stats right there.
Putting in work.
Exactly. So, I mean, you look at it there. 13 goals for Cobb. You have 5 for Buffalo, 2 2 for Elitist Frankfurt 6, and then 1 each for Barrett, Hall of Fame, and Yin, or AKA it's dualism. So until the
Bucks made
offense as a whole
some
gets
questionable
together,
trades.
I don't know. They're kind of on the teetering of the fence for me where I think and how far they can actually go. All right. We've talked about some teams. We've given DMart Gaming the time. He's not fucking showing up. All right.
Speaking of which, I do have a prediction up. You want to win your Blaze Bucks? I found one. We got a 5-minute one going up. Is DMart going to show up tonight? Yes or no? Let's start off with
how many Blazing Bucks went out for that?
I gotta pull up my Blaze Bucks here. I'm gonna win me some fucking cash.
So it's probably an easy one, but let's just have a little fun with it.
Yeah,
we love DMart. DMart's our boy.
Why don't you even show up in the chat? Should be a better question.
Is he showing up?
In any capacity.
He's not in the. He's not in the users and chat right now. He's not in there.
I'm getting my stuff here. Let's go ahead and just.
We got a lot of people though. We got Ace, Beer Nuts. We got Derek, Jug, Herx, Ian.
Yeah,
Jelly,
shout out to all the
Labby,
wonderful
Levins,
people here tonight.
NJ Ski, Ozzy, Pale, SPDR.
I got 2,000 Blaze Bucks on no. You know what I'm saying? That's how. He's not showing up.
Okay.
He's not showing up. He's a fucking bum.
How do you bet everything you have?
Oh, when you click the little thing, it tells you, like, in parentheses, like, how much...
My drug monkey lock of the night is DMart's watching wrestling and falling asleep.
Wrestling.
That's another fucking guy right there. Drug Monkey RX. He's probably fucking third nap in of the day right now. Fucking ridiculous. All right, so we've given it time, though, all right? Now we got to talk about the fun shit, all right? Pull up the transactions page, boys, and get to scrolling, because we got a lot to go over, okay?
Yeah. 239hockey.net.
Like, I don't even know, like, where to go.
Teams and then trades.
Like, I don't even know where to start. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out here.
That's 18 in total trades already?
Oh, man, there's a shit ton.
There's a lot.
Actually, I'm just going to the trades chat.
So we start with trade number 1.
All right.
Ooh, that's a whole show.
Dude, we have a lot. We'll go quicker through the drops and the ads, and we'll kind of talk about the trades. So starting off the season, you have Mash claims Crazy Eddie, Jelly drops Kurdog, claims Low, Josto claims K-Sarge. Boom. All right, move on to the next day. Mash drops Legion, adds Kurdog. Simple enough. We're already moving along. Now we have our first actual trade announced. So Pale trades Adrenaline, who in his write-up, said he's a 20 bod player. Me personally, I've been friends with Adrenaline a long time. I know he's a very good player, and he gets Dusty Nation in return. So obviously Pale got a bunch of shit. Why does Pale get a bunch of shit? Because as Yam said earlier, Pale just has this mantra where he likes to trade his whole fucking squad away, regardless of skill. Basically, this trade came down to Pale didn't want to play right anymore. It's as simple as that. I mean, does anyone have any comment about that besides the simple fact? No?
I mean, it wasn't the biggest trade ever. I think the first big trade of the season involved my team, Flaming Dwagon, and Mashapa and B-Crips moving. I think that was probably the biggest trade
in league history.
Wait.
That was the first big trade of the season. Just skip right into that one.
You want to skip to it?
I think we should skip to it because we could be here all day if we go through every single transaction.
Exactly.
That's the first big one of the season.
That's also very true.
What is the final numbers? Okay, so I've just pulled it up here. So we have
mass trades, or are we doing all?
No.
Let's do big trades. Let's do blockbuster trades.
Sounds good to me.
Blockbuster trades.
So Ace for Yeti Killer?
Yeah, exactly. No. So the first one was B-Crips moving for Thamps and Lappy.
Can you actually get it right?
Whoa, hold on. That's not right.
It's Thamps and Lappy for B-Crips and Epic. Get it right, man. These guys were your team.
Oh, yeah.
I know you had 43 of them.
No, Epic was only my teammate for 4 seconds. So my bad, Epic. I forgot. You were on the team for 2 seconds.
That's just rude.
And I was baked, so...
Okay.
That was the first big trade, though. I mean,
Mash.
we have the captain in here. Yeah, Mash.
I was gonna say, send it to the captain and let him speak on it. Go ahead and talk about your trade, buddy.
I mean, I think if you have the chance to get the best goalie in the league, you should do it. And I also think I got a better return on defensemen as well. So I felt like it was just a win-win for me at that point. I mean, don't get me wrong, losing Thamps kind of sucked for our offense, but that's why you have B-Crips back there, right, Nikki?
Hey, Mash. Oh man. Okay. Anyway, so let's talk about Lappy for a second. One sec. You traded Lappy and Thamps for Crips and Epic.
Mm-hmm.
No, what about Lappy here? What do you mean? This guy's good, right? He's a good defenseman.
Epic is better.
But then you traded him. So now we have to jump ahead, right? Because we're still talking about trade 10. So who did he get for Epic?
Yambag.
So it's Yambag.
So Yambag for Lappy, basically.
So basically, we got.
No,
Thamps.
you're leaving Jetty out of this.
Okay.
Yeah, you did get Jetty back. It was just
That's
your boy.
So,
you know,
so
right?
in a sense, so in a sense,
If Jetty's
in
a
a
full-time player, he's a 30-bod player at
okay,
the
so
least.
on defense, you went from Lappy
Mm-hmm.
to Yambag. You got faith, and that's the bottom line.
I'm a big fan of Lappy. He plays on 2-pin. He's a QC homie.
You got
Moves the
faith.
puck real well.
Yambag.
You know what? The only thing that sucks about Lappy is that everyone you play
The half
against with Lappy is better than you are. That's the only thing, because he fucking knows everyone. And no matter who you're playing with, or against, I should say, oh guys, watch out! These guys are killer. Watch out! He he psychs you up about everything, and I'm like second guessing myself out there half the time. I'm like, shit, fuck on, man. Anyways, and you know what though? No, he's pretty good. He's pretty solid. And in all reality, I think Yam has stepped up his game now too. He's playing left D. He's not playing right D, or maybe Mash is playing to make him play in right D. I have no
Playing
idea.
number 1D. That's what he's playing.
Look, let me tell you the development of Yambag 021. Okay, it's very simple. The guy
I forgot he has numbers in his name.
The guy used to play defense, and what he was known for was just fucking hitting everything in sight. Teammates, opponents, the fucking fans, he doesn't care. He hit everything that moved, all right? He would have 7 million hits, right? How much defense did he play? Not a fucking lick. But he hit everything, okay?
I thought he was missing everything in sight.
No, hold on. He's moved over to lefty, all right? Now, what does he do at lefty? He plays defense, all right?
Yeah.
He doesn't go for hits, right? He's improved his defensive game. He replaced those hits with penalties. That's what he's done.
That's not true, man. That's not true. He's doing well. I think our first games of the season. We I can't remember who. Yeah, it was Noto on right wing, and Yam made him his bitch. I'll be honest. It was like the guy couldn't cross the blue line without getting fucking robbed, and he even said this out loud. I swear to God, he said this out loud. Who the fuck is this lefty? Who the fuck is this guy? And we said, that's Yam. And it was like the whole party at one time. We're like, that's Yambag. All at once. Man. And this guy was like, Yambag? Oh.
He got sent to Yambag Island week 1. Right. Welcome to 239, buddy.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, if you want to talk about yourself, go ahead. I shit on you for a little bit. Go for it.
You're kind of on another fucking planet. On right defense, I was always trying to jump passes, go up in the offensive zone, do things that I probably shouldn't, or whatever. And on left defense, I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna play defense, not do anything, pass the puck to the forward, just play defense, not let them score. That's really the only difference. The penalties are fucking horseshit, but that's a whole different story. Hitting wise, I did hit a lot on right D, and it didn't fucking count, which is fucking more horse shit. But that's just whatever. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've always had a theory for years on defense is that the more boring that you play, the better you do. If you play defense and you just stay back and you stop them from passing the puck, and you stop them from carrying it in, and you're bored as shit, you're probably gonna have a really good game.
So play on the O line basically.
Yeah. So it's like those elite D men can play boring, but then every once in a while kick in with something really special and like do something good on the offensively, and like that's what steps up from the other guys. So
Yeah.
that's my opinion. On lefty, I've just been playing really boring, just sitting back, hitting a guy, taking a pass off, pass it up, stand there, do nothing. I can't take a one timer, so that's boring. Like it's boring, but it's about the team. So that's pretty much what I'm worried about.
You can take a one-timer from the board, though, Yammer. And
I mean, you can, but in general, you're
Those
not
will
taking
get-
them like you did the other way.
yeah,
What would you say, Kelch? Next big trade of the season was Pogs going for Schwartz. That swap.
Yeah, that swap. 100%.
Yeah.
So the trade is surprise me 22 and none other than Yambag, who we're talking about now, going to rotating pizza oven for Schwartz and the Trubin Swallow. So big surprise here. Surprise me and Pogs are married again for the 7 millionth fucking time in league history. I mean, it just happens. They know how to play with each other. As basic as that sounds, rumor has it Surprise Me plays on 94 controls. And apparently him and Pogs just know how to make it work. Okay? Funny thing here, and Schwartz told me in a message I got about 5 minutes ago, to bring up the fact that this is the first time in his 239 career that he's been traded, and he doesn't like it. He doesn't think that he should ever be traded, and he's the best player in the history of the league. So he just wanted that to be known. Other than that, other than that though, the other guys in this league, or the other guys in the trade are Yam and Trubin Swallow, both of which have been traded off the teams that they got traded to in that deal. So let's not necessarily talk about them in this deal. Just Schwartz and Surprise Me flipping spots. How do you feel that works, Anderson?
For me, I mean, out of the two, it's pretty close. I prefer Schwartz a little bit, just a little bit better. I mean, it's hard to say that he's a better goal scorer because Surprise Me is number 1 or 2 all time in 239 scoring. But I don't know. Just I guess what have you done for me lately thing. I mean, Schwartz has carried some teams lately. He had to carry your, fat ass over there.
Here we go again.
He carried you to the semifinals. All right, I know how hard it is personally going undefeated with you. How hard it is to carry you. So Schwartz, gets
I make
taking
it
at least
in the
that
playoffs
far.
a lot. Y'all, I must find really
You
good
also just got
people to
bench
carry.
from center, maybe bench to the bench.
Nah.
Get your merch in the store. The Gala
Get your Gala merch.
Yeah, no, but no. All kidding aside, the Schwartz is he's a beast. He puts the puck in the net. He can carry the offense by himself. He's a guy that you can have 2 young Kelches beside him. He's still going to score. So, for me, I think they won the trade slightly just because Schwartz is just a beast. So, and he kicks people out of my pool, which I always appreciate. So, less work.
All right. I'll talk on this trade next. Obviously, it involves my team. So this deal needed to be made, more so than anything. Before the deal, it was Surprise Me playing left wing, myself at center, and Jelly at right wing. It didn't work. There's no other way to put it. There was literally no flow to an offense at all. Yam was there. He was playing lefty. He saw the whole fucking thing. Jelly and Surprise Me were one. There you go. Exactly, Yam. It was one man shows once you got in the zone, and that was it. There had to be a better cohesive movement within the puck. Does it now? It moves and Anderson talked about it. It moves me off the center. Thank the fucking Lord. Jesus Christ, that's not a fun position to play, especially if you're fucking learning it on the fly with horrible ping. It's just a no-go. Jelly moves himself to play center, and then he has Schwartz play right wing. The movement, obviously, up front definitely looks a lot better with a better thumbsy guy in the middle, without question. I move back to lefty here. It's just way better than me at center. There's just no other way. So for the team-wise, I think this is a good trade. As for the other side of it, though, Schwartz and Pogs and that team, they weren't meshing right. When you add then a guy that has played 700 games with fucking Pogs, the chemistry is going to be there. So it's going to be better cohesively amongst them. So I think this trade works out perfectly for both teams. Definitely gives them a step in the right direction. Cam, you want to go next?
What's this on the Schwartz
Surprise me
trade?
Yeah.
So when I was on Jelly's team, obviously before this trade was made, I thought that the right trade for him to make was to get Schwartz for Surprise Me. I don't know Ben Swallow at all, so I don't know how to rank me for Ben, but I thought I was playing well enough on Jelly's team. Their goals against was like one of the lowest in the league. It was like some crazy low number. So I don't know why they made the defensive flip. Apparently, Pogs wanted me. That's what I was told. So I'll take that. I mean, whatever. But I thought that's exactly the trade that was supposed to be made. So that was a good trade for Jelly. I think it helped out Jelly because Schwartz is a carrier, and I think Jelly is a guy that like can catch people with his speed. So if Schwartz kind of carries the puck a lot, and then it kind of gets Jelly open, he can hit Jelly open, and Jelly will finish. So yeah, I like that move a lot.
Nicky Pats?
Oh yeah, man. I think Jelly fucking totally won this trade. I know that Surprise Me is the all-time leading scorer and all that, whatever. I think that Schwartz is probably the best right winger, right, in the game right now, and that's including D-Mart. I think that he's just a guy who plays like such great hockey sense. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't know. It just seems whatever he puts on net, wherever he puts it on net, it just seems to go in some weird way. He's got some fucking awesome skills, and it's not only. Let's just be honest. Like he doesn't need a certain guy in the league to play well. Whereas you have a Surprise Me who has to play at Pogs or has got to play with a certain bro. It's like it doesn't. You know what I mean? It's like they have to play together to have a certain chem to make it work, and it's like, sure, I get it, but if you have a guy like Schwartz who can make it work with everybody, there's way more value there, in my opinion, and I think he's just a way better player. That's just my 2 cents, but people are probably going to hate me for that one, but I think the Mighty Ducks win that one big time.
Matt, you have anything to add? I know we said a lot, so...
You guys said a lot. Whoever got Schwartz won, and that's very easy to say.
Yeah, for sure.
As someone on the team, I like your thought process there. All right, next trade, and I know we're talking about big trades, but we will not stand for it in this fucking league without mentioning it. All right? Hugh Laurie for Notorious Figo.
Whoa.
Yam, this is all you. Nothing else. It's just Yam.
That was a trade that was made before.
Man. It's definitely not a locker room trade. I'll tell you that much. Figo has defense willing and is capable compared to Hugh. So as long as Figo doesn't go into fucking hero mode in third period, he can be a competent player. I think he's playing for Yeti he's playing part-time for D-Mart for whoever was there before. I don't remember who that was, to be honest with you. I apologize. I actually think Figo's a decent D-man. If someone tells him to shut the fuck up and play hockey and he plays hockey, he's a good player. But when he speaks, he just not speak. He's a competent player, but if his team doesn't score when he's on defense, he will go up and try and score and probably fail. But he will try and score and leave yourself open to be scored on. So I think on D-Mart's team, he won't have a problem because they should be a high-scoring offense. D-Mart's team is loaded on offense and not loaded on defense, so I think Figo will help out there. Hugh Laurie, he is signed up part-time, but he actually wants to play. So I think he'll work out for Joe Stowe. Joe Stowe and Figo won't be drunkenly fighting all the time, so I think it works out for them. So I think it's a good trade, but I think D-Mart got the better half of that because I think D-Mart honestly has a better overall team.
All right, what's the next big trade, Kelch?
The next big trade, it involves your team. I think the next big one I think we can agree is Flaming Dwagon woke up and realized it was like an hour into his fucking breakfast and he hadn't made a trade yet. So he fucking got on the phones, made a phone call, got the deal pushed through. He trades Stamps, who he acquired with the B-Crips trade, and he flips him to McDollar Menu for Dutch. Now, Anderson, I'm going to send this to you specifically here as it's your team. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't have too much to say. I just played my first games with Dutch earlier this night. Definitely a solid player, but Thamps is a solid player. So for me, it was just good player for good player. I don't know, maybe, like Mash, do you know Dutch? Like, I don't know if anybody knows Dutch better than
I know Dutch fairly well. Guys,
yeah, so whoever knows Dutch better can probably speak better than me.
Why are you making him talk first? I mean, he's on his team. He can't even say anything truthful about his teammates. He's got to be a good teammate.
They're both good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly,
I just played with Dutch for the very first time.
Before we do anything, all right, Yam left the chat and then joined back in, so it rearranged everyone's spot on the
Fixing
the
it
board
on the fly here, boys.
So at the moment, I am Mr. Anderson. I
just got a lot of uglier shit.
All right, I am a 42 bod player, and I say you all fucking suck. Okay.
Look, it's called, I got a picture of me with young Kelch over here. What the fuck?
Bro, you're a legend, dog. You're a legend. Dude, I don't know what's better. I think Yambag being Anderson I think Anderson being Yambag is fucking hilarious. That's my favorite one.
Rocker Shard winner. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, you can't win that. Oh man.
Okay. So can I
never played
this
wing
trade
for a
sec,
season.
if you don't mind?
Sure, yeah. We can actually get back to a real topic. Go ahead.
Okay, so Fwaming got completely destroyed here in this trade, in my opinion. Why is he trading Thamps? And did Thamps ask to be traded? I don't know what's going on. Like, Thamps is totally elite, all right? And I don't even know why you got traded from MASH. Like, come on, I don't even know what you guys are thinking half the time. This guy's a great player.
Let's pump the brake on Thamps being elite a little bit here. Let's pump him a little bit.
Let's pump the brakes on your opinions there, Mr. 13, all right?
Hey, come on. Like, let's just hold up a sec. Thamps, he's a fairly epic player, you know? He could make things happen on the ice. Let's be real. You know, I think Dutch, you know, he's got a couple tricks. You know, he's got a couple little tricks. You know, you figure him out, you shut him down. I just think that you know, it's going to be tight. I don't know. You know what? I know Dutch is more of a centerman. He is a centerman. That's one thing I will say. He plays center. He wins a lot of draws. You know, he plays well the D zone as well. I think maybe Thamps is probably better offensively. It's going to be tough, man. I don't know. I think, you know, now I think about it, it might be even a little bit clearer, but I don't know. I still think it's going to be in the favor of Imagination Station, but, you know, Thamps is going to have to do a lot of carrying over there, too. I don't know. Whatever. The whiskey's talking.
Yeah, I think whoever got Thamps won, especially with Dutch MDK involved. He has like 11 points and cost a fortune. You're just not doing enough, bud.
Mashy. Speaks the truth. Okay.
All right. Next big trade on the board involves Caberlet and Colinelli. So in this trade, Caberlet sends Disney is Greedy and Slothmania to Colinelli for Disnub and I Don't Get Tired. Now, when I look at this trade, I can only speak so much on this because surprisingly, and I do my part to try to play with as many people in the league as absolutely possible. And there's two guys on this trade that I have never played with, and Slothmania and I Don't Get Tired. So I don't really have like anything to say about them. But when it comes to the other two guys, Disnub, who is a very sound, solid winger, I think that's a good ad for Caberlet. But he's also losing Disney is Greedy. Obviously, if you saw Johnny Kling's, you know, rankings of positions, I had Disney is Greedy very high. I didn't think he was a 40 bod defenseman, but definitely a good defenseman nonetheless, able to move the puck. This is something that I think really works for both teams, just based off of those two guys getting back. As far as the other twos on the deal, I'm hoping one of you guys has more intel. Yam, you have anything about this trade that you know anything maybe better than I do?
Is Yam even here?
Yam.
You might be
Yam.
muted.
Oh,
There we go. We good now?
Oh,
Can you hear me?
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. It puts you on mute automatically when you join here, apparently. I don't have a ton on this trade, but I do think that, I mean, I've heard that Disney is Greedy is like a top D-man, so he's supposed to be really good. based on what I've heard about everybody involved in his trades, I think Colonelli has made the best trades to improve his team the most since the start of the season. And I thought that was what I thought was going to make him good as a captain was making trades throughout the season. So I don't know these guys, but from what I do know, based on what I hear from people, he did get the better part of that trade. And then he did. Oh, let me see here. Yeah, I mean, Disney's a good D man. That's all I know. And it seems like the guys he gave up aren't really doing much. So I think he got the best of the trade.
I would agree he won the trade, but I would say he won the trade because of Sloth, the one bod player that he ended up getting, who's definitely worth way more than one bod. I'm a huge fan of Disnub as well, who went the other way in the trade, along with I Don't Get Tired. Disnub, like I said earlier in the show, was a guy who went for one bod and then 9 bods this season, who's worth mid to high 20s at least. If he was, a veteran 239 player, he'd be going at least that high, like a Marty McFly at least. But so was Sloth Mania. I believe he was, the same thing as Disnub. If he was another guy who was like a 239 veteran, he'd be going for quite a bit more than he is right now at one bod. So for me, I would agree. Cabs, Colonelli wins the trade, not Cabs, for the reason that he gets the Sloth Mania on top, who's just, a kind of an equal player to Disnub, but then he also gets Disney, who's a better defenseman. So bunch of good players, though, involved in the trade. Like, nobody in that trade is a slouch by any means. They're all good players.
All right. And Nikki, Pat, I'm going to send it to you for the last trade that we're going to talk about. It's the last one that's been done.
Okay.
Mash again, he trades Epic, Hogs' team, for Yambag and Jetty. Go.
Oh, wait. We're not talking about this Dizzy is Greedy anymore?
No.
Okay. We're talking about
the last trade that if you're on the transactions last one.
Well, we got Yambag traded for Epic, basically. Well, we got Jetty as well going back. We got Yam and Jet. So this completes the trade, whatever the other trade for Thams that Mash sent off. I don't know, man. On all reality, I think Epic played pretty good. He played good against us. He played well, and he was kind of like locking it down for them back there, to be honest with you. He was doing really well, and he was playing left D, he was playing right D for them. So I don't know, Matt. I don't know who's gonna play what position on this team. I still have no idea. So, you know what I mean? I guess Jetty's gonna be on the right wing, and whatever. I think Jetty's a Winnipegger, so obviously they win.
All right. So you said you don't really know where they're playing. No better way to ask except going to Mash to give us an idea of where everyone's playing. Go.
I guess I'll play left wing.
You guess?
You guess?
Levin's
You got that one
center.
down?
Jetty will be right wing, and J Money, they'll split time.
Okay.
Then we have Bobby Banner at left D. No, we have Yam at left D. Bobby Banner at right D. And
Dude,
then
low-key, I'm glad you discovered
Cripps in
Real
that.
J Money 420. He's a really good player that I've been talking about in the admin chat for months. I'm like,
He's
why the
really
fuck is this
good.
guy on waivers?
That's actually true.
And you're the first guy. You're the first guy who picked him up. I'm like, finally, somebody picked this motherfucker up. Like, what a good player. That was
Okay, hold on a sec here. Wait a second. We are taking Bobby Banner off of left D now.
moving him to right D, and Yam
Moving
is
him
going
to
to play
right-
left D.
Wasn't Bobby Banner top 2 in left D scoring in the league? And now he's getting
right.
seated. All right. I'm just
Look,
saying.
when Negan shows up in your Discord with a fucking bat, you change position. Okay? you fucking move over, man. I don't know.
This is
It's
my
like,
spot. Yeah.
you want to talk
No,
about
I
it?
don't think switching sides on defense is as big of a deal
I don't think so.
comparatively.
No,
Yeah,
Bobby can switch it. He can switch left stick, right stick. He can do it all.
Andy's at one bot. It's crazy.
All right.
Yeah, he's a good player.
There's so many one bot steals. There always is, though. People just fall through the cracks eventually.
All right. So here's one of my. We talked about the trades that have happened. Now, what I like to kind of go into is what's the next trade to happen? What's a trade that you feel that needs to be done? Whether it be with a team trading a specific person, you don't have to necessarily say the person if like you don't want to like fucking, hey, dumbass captain, do this kind of thing, right? Or if it's about kind of figuring out what is like the maybe the plan or maybe what they should kind of go for. Maybe a captain needs to trade for a goalie. Maybe a captain needs to trade for a center. Whatever it may be. Yam, I will send it to you first because Anderson walked off to get his 14th beer in the last 12 seconds, and we just talked to Mash and Nicky Pad, so I'm gonna send it to you. Go ahead.
I think that Hergy's team is probably the next that should make a trade, or probably will make a trade. They're let me see where they're at in the playoffs. They are listed as 12th in the standings, and I think that they really are short one guy probably to make a push for a playoff spot. So I think they're probably the next team that's going to push for a trade. Pale's a possibility because Pale's Pale, but Pale's in the unique position that he's got a co-captain, so he's got to run trades through somebody. But I think I'd put my money on Hergy to make the next trade. That's my opinion.
Okay, Anderson, you might not have heard the topic at hand, but what is the next trade you think needs to happen? Is there a certain team going for a certain player, or a team needing to make a certain adjustment to their squad? What do you think is the next one to kind of break down?
Fuck, I don't even know.
So it happens when you go and get a drink. You have to come back and answer hard questions right away.
I mean, my team maybe could use a trade. Could maybe get out of the net. Somebody wants to come play,
hint.
goalie for us. We haven't made enough trades this season, so I probably got traded within the next 2 hours here. Fuck, who the hell knows? But I don't know. I mean, I always advocate for trading young Kelch to the waiver wire. I mean, he sucks. Put anybody in there. I don't know. Put me on the spot. I'd have to look at the rosters for a minute.
All right.
How's Tomahawk a waiver? Can we put that out there?
Because he doesn't have a waiver. He's forward only, and he'll be picked up. He'll be picked up. He's not a bad like number 3 forward. He finds ways to find the back of the net. So he's got that going for him, but he has, as much as he hates it, he has goalie not willing, and it's refused even as emergency game, which obviously people know him as a goalie. That probably hurts him a little bit there. I'm sure there's teams out there that could absolutely give him a chance, but I don't know who is the next piece, to be honest.
All right, I got an answer for you now.
All right, go ahead.
It's definitely got to be McDarmenu, Mr. Tough. He needs to trade his untouchable goalie that he loves so much, Sniper, because he's an absolute beast, and there's probably a bunch of teams that would probably trade him a decent piece or two for his goalie. He can probably improve his team overall. That's who my vote would be for.
That's fair. Me personally, I look at Josto's team. It's not that they're like in a shitty spot or like they're doing bad on this season. Like they're kind of middle of the package. But I look at this team and I don't know. It's just something about it just doesn't sit right with me. I don't know if it's the fact that they have now they have Hugh Laurie and Swag. I'm assuming rotating at center. Maybe Josto plays half his games at center, half his games at right wing. But who plays lefty for them? Who plays it consistently? This team right now, you have Drug Monkey RX on that team, and in 12 games, they have given up 48 goals, and they have a good goalie in LL Cool Sam. So the defense has to improve for this team, whether it be the forwards playing more defensive, a D-man to counterpart Drug. I mean, they should definitely be playing better.
I know Drug requested K-Sarge. He said, "Give me K-Sarge. I'm gonna teach him how to be a stud." So that was Drug Monkey's own words.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of one team I don't know. Like I think they have good pieces. Like it's not like they have just like some shit team. Like it's not all what I'm saying. I just think that they have a better chance to.
K-Sarge is a good team. K-Sarge was a good defenseman back in the day. He's not bad at all.
I know Drug. Yeah, I was in a party and Drug was advocating for him. Joe Stowe was in there as well. He's like, Kim K-Sarge on lefty. Like, he's pretty good. Like, I'll teach him whatever what he needs to know. And
and
be a good pair.
I'm not even gonna act like I've watched a shit ton of their games. He could be playing well, and it's not the issue. But as a team as a whole, they've given up almost 50 goals. Then if that's the case, Crazy Legs, Joe Stowe, Swag, and now Q, play better fucking defensive forward. Fucking back check. I don't know. Yeah. But that team just defensively needs to be better.
I've only seen like two or three of their games, so I don't
know. Nikki Pat, you want to go next or Mash? No, fuck it. We'll go to Mash. Fuck you, Nikki.
I think Cabriolet's team needs to trade Nikki Pats.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, probably.
No, I think you guys do need to make a move, though. I think that you guys lost the Disney trade, and it's going to show.
We'll see. We won't see you till the playoffs, Mashy, so I guess we'll see you there. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think we feel good about it, about that trade. Obviously, I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but, we'll be all right. But you know what? Team, I'm gonna backpack off of Yam here. I think the next trade's coming. It's got to be Hergy's team as well. You're looking at this roster, man. It's like, oh my god, like Hergy's trying his best, man. He's trying so hard. He's got 20 points in 12 games. He's got he's basically all the goals. The second scoring player is their D guy, Rapid Calf, who we spent, everyone knows 63 bods on, right? So. But in all reality, it's like just trade Rapid Calf now. Trade Rapid Calf and get some.
He can't. That's
his best friend.
There's no way.
You just gotta break his heart, man. If you want to win, you gotta break his heart. Rapid Calf.
They're used to pounding
Div
4 teams all night long and think they're good. No, I'm just kidding. They are good, but. They play together every single night, and that's sometimes the downfalls. Everybody knows who you want. They bid them up, and then sometimes you get a false sense of security. But yeah, I know. I agree with you.
I think they got to
bring up. You bring up a good point.
Something's got to give here, and you're just looking at this roster. I know they got Noto, right? And I know Noto's a good player. We played with Noto. I know Noto's a good player. He's probably going to slot in there and play some right wing for them now, and he's an upgrade over Gala. I know Gala's probably gonna.
You think?
He's gonna fucking tag a bunch of Patrick Laine shit for me for saying that, but regardless, he is better, and he's got some skills, so I think he's gonna help him out. But I still think there's got to be something to give here. He's got to take from some of his strength, and he's got to spread it around a bit because he's doing all the work. That's just my opinion.
All right, so y'all say that. I actually disagree. I think Noto is going to fit in very well next to Mash. Next to Mash. Jesus Christ. Next to fucking Hergy.
Everyone fits in well next to Mash.
You're not wrong. Basically playing that Mash role. Noto, in my opinion, is not as good as Mash, right? But Noto is slippery and absolutely can create offense for himself. And if he has a center like Hergy who knows how to move the puck, and his left wing is Bills, and Bills and Hergy have been playing for since like the dawn of Christ, right? They go back so far. They're gonna have some chemistry, and if Noto can find a way to get in with that originally, like pretty quick, that forward line should be solid to go back there with the 63 bod player at left D, right? They should be fine. I do think that team is not as bad as maybe their standings show. I wouldn't be surprised if you look at the standings in 2 weeks from now, and you see them right towards the top, or at least jump a few people in that time period. Because I really do think Noto, even though he got clamped by Yambag, I have to bring that up because he was the first person in 239 history to be clamped by Yambag. The you love it, bro. You're on the show, you're getting chirped. That's how it goes. But no, in all honesty, Noto is a good player, and I think he has a chance to really thrive with the roster that he's now on. I do think that's going to be something that we're going to see over the next few weeks.
Yes, and I know as much as you actually do, or you're chirping Yam here, one thing has to be said, right? He's playing way better. He's a left defenseman, not a right defenseman. Some guys can play that side.
Yeah.
Some guys can't. So he's playing lefty. He's way better over there. Noto's also good, but he got beat, right? He got beat over there. He's going to figure it out, you know what I mean? And he's got some different players now to try to figure it out. We'll see what happens. You know, I still think they have to make a move, but and I'm not saying it has to be on forward either. You know, I think that might be good for forward, but there's got to be something to give here, you know.
Fair enough. All right, so we've talked about trades. We've talked about certain teams. I want to kind of go to the stats section of the league. Not just about, you know, who leads in points or anything like we talked about earlier, but is there any one stat that you see so far for any player specifically that surprises you? I'll give you a second or two to pull up the stats, to take a look. I'll go first because I at least I know I have one. I'm going to actually come up with a second one after I actually get a chance to look at it. But one thing I do kind of talk about now, I realized this. I was talking with Odd, and, you know, Odd, if you don't know Odd Guy, the guy fucking rambles about some of the dumbest shit, but he actually makes sense about 38% of the time. So when you listen to some of the stuff he says, and we've all talked about it, and Ian the Berean, his center at the moment, is currently sitting in second place in assists with 18. Now, you look at a guy like Levins up there at 20 who leads the league. That is a guy you expect to be guaranteed at the top. He got set next to Mash. That is they're like buddies, right? So you're expecting that to be good. All right? You have Crazy Legs, another very high prize player. And then and Crazy Legs is 3. Then slotted in between them is Ian the Berean for the first time in his 239 career going over 20 bods. That's a guy that I saw that I was like really impressed with as like a guy that's definitely having a good strong start to the season. And then It's Mox sitting in 4th place with 15 assists. Those two guys specifically kind of stood out to me as guys that, you know, really are kind of maybe having that season that really kind of showcases the best of what their actual game is. Nicky Pat, you want to go next or? I know I've saved you for the end a lot of times.
Yeah, I'll go next. You know what? I'll say one stat. Nothing super surprising here, but you know, a little bit going back to a little bit earlier in the show. I think the leading goal scorer in the entire league on the power play, Disnub, right, was just traded to the Coxville Blockers, and that team already has a deadly power play. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking like probably 40%. We're talking like 40%. Take a penalty against us, please do it. We just got Disnub as well, you know. And I think that this guy is a beast, and I think that you know, I think he's going to lead the league. I think he's going to lead the league on like probably power play goals for the rest of the season. Man, this kid's a monster, and you know, that's just one stat I'm going to point out.
I got 3 guys
excited.
that I want to kind of point out.
I'm basically drooling over here. I just can't wait to break this nub.
Play with this nub, you know what I'm saying?
This nub's a beast. I can't believe that he's like. I couldn't believe he went for 1 ball last season. Couldn't believe he went for 9 this season. You better go for like 25 next, or you guys are idiots. But for me, like the stats that I point out, I'm going to the goalie stats here, and there's 3 dudes. There's a rookie I want to point out, a veteran I want to point out, and a guy who's kind of a mix of both. Beer Nuts 83 is a rookie here. He's got a 1.62 goals against average and an 857 save percentage, which is pretty amazing, which is number 2 in the league for save percentage and number like 3 in the league for goals against. Number 1 in the league for goals against. And then after that, we got Clancy, who's a veteran here. He's got 1.73 goals against average and an 852 save percentage. And the third guy I want to point out is Kerdog, a guy who's 1 bod, been bouncing around on different teams, who's actually top like 6-7 in the league here for both goals against average and save percentage. The 2.17 goals against average and 806 save percentage. So shout out to Kerdog, who's, you know, pretty new here, 239, but an old fuck. He's like, you know, some 50-year-old, you know, 50-year-old man who's been, you know, hopping in the pipes every single night, you know, grinding out that goalie position. He's been putting up good stats this season. So shout out to Kerdog, who's been playing well.
Hold on, Yam. I'm going to go to you, but I see we have officially put on Johnny Blaze on the panel. So Johnny Blaze, this question is going to go with you too now. So get your stat.
It's a Johnny B show.
Get your stat opinion ready. Now, Yam, go ahead.
All right, who you want first, my goalie or my forward?
Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
All right.
Either both.
So my forward, I'm going to go John Monkey. He's 8th in goal scoring, which is like, 6 or 7, whatever it is. I don't know, but he's tied. He's got 13 goals in 12 games. I've always had him as like a third forward waiver type guy. Waiver in regards to like a fourth forward. He's having a good season. And another guy that the admins are probably sick and tired of hearing me talk about is my goalie, and it's Rage in a Cage. Every single time I play club with Rage in a Cage, first off, Rage in a Cage, stop playing one game, playing well, and then leaving. It's fucking annoying. Drives everybody nuts. But you do play well in the one game we play. Every time we're looking for a goalie, we bring him in there, and like somebody groans and like, oh, he's not that good. And he lets up one goal and then he leaves. And we're like, oh, what are you going for? And then he leaves. I think he's still a free agent. Right now he's 11th in save percentage. I think save percentage is like the stat to go by for goalies because they can only save the shots they see. So goals against kind of overrated. But he's 11th in save percentage. So the guy's active. He's within the parameters of the number of teams in the league to be a starting goalie, and he's just not on a team. So if you're looking for a goalie, give the guy a shot. He's always active. He's always ready to play. I don't know if he rage quits or just pieces out when he practices. I don't know the deal, but when he plays club with us and we need somebody, he always plays really well and then he just leaves. But he's definitely a good goalie and has a stat. So, John, you ready to go?
Not yet.
Match is you then.
Johnny's like, I just run chat and make videos that happen. So I don't know what to tell you.
I warned him pre-show. He better be ready. He was our new D-Mart. This is D-Mart, actually. So
I'm thinking of playing D-Mart tonight.
Do I get my Blaze Bucks now?
I guess we gotta wait till the show ends because what if he shows up with 1 second left? That technically means he showed up.
Let's just fucking call it right there. D-Mart didn't show up. Boom. You're even cuter than D-Mart.
Should we call it? Just call it. Call it a win, right?
I don't know.
Sorry, you guys are talking about some top players, right?
Say that again. Sorry, I was like.
It's all good. You see, we're kind of going over the top players, right? Your picks, right? Your boy.
Yeah. What's the stat that stands out? What's the person stat? Who stands out?
Statistically, I'm going to go with goalie Clancy. Since I'm looking forward to see what he does with the backdoor boys. He's rocking a 1.73 goals against average. Got 12 games played. Got a pretty decent save percentage. And went to 3 shutouts too. That looks good, right? It's all good.
Hey, Shutty's never hurt the team.
But you cannot say that S word during the games, or else that blows up. It blows up in your face. Like the boot cake, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick Clancy. A lot of guys talk about B Crips, always a solid goalie, right? Always that name you're gonna see. Not a lot of talk about Clancy though. So what he's done in this season so far, good on him. So looking.
Yeah, we got a lot of Nikki Pat's love in the chat right now. I got Nikki is looking cute today. Love the hair, and then I also got Nikki looks like he would talk to me about craft beers for hours.
Dude, that's so true. Dude, you look like a bartender.
If we could go about craft beers, you guys,
Yambag busting out the beers, man.
What do we got, Yammer? That's what I keep telling you guys.
You got Nikki Pat out here selling the shit, and Yam just sitting at the bar like, tell me more. You know what I mean?
And we got Kelch, who's never had a sip of alcohol in his entire life.
That's true, too.
How weird is that?
I remember my
How weird is
Come on,
that?
Kelchy.
All right, Mash, go ahead. You're up next, buddy.
I guess mine would have to be SBDR. He has figured out how to score again. I'm pretty proud of him.
Oh, that's nice.
Last season, I think he had like 5 goals the first 3 weeks.
Oh, Yam remembers.
He had 11 points, 12 games, and Hollywood just ripped him. Still to this day, kind of rips him with Emmy.
Yeah, you know what turned his season around last season is Luke and me getting traded to his team to help him out. Guaranteed. He started scoring like crazy after that.
So Nicky Pats is the SBDR savior?
No, it wasn't me. It was Levins. It was Levins.
Johnny, put it on the board.
They put me on defense. I was playing defense the whole time. It was mostly Levins, whatever. But yeah, I was a part of it. I couldn't. I was with Levin. I was like the package deal wherever Levins went. I had to go to. So, but so I get grouped in. I'm there by proxy. I win.
All right, fair enough. From what you guys have talked about, I told you I was going to give you all another stat. So, Yam, I like that you mentioned John Monkey. The guy is now playing with a forward line of Schwartz and Chelly. If he does what he's doing already with what he has been doing it with, the guy has a chance to really have a really big breakout season. But I'm going to talk about the opposite of what we're all talking about. We're talking about the positives. So I'm talking about the negatives. Speaking specifically, Nicky Pats, minus 16, buddy. We're 2 weeks in.
Fuck.
We're 2 weeks in, my guy.
Yeah, you know what? It would have been a different outcome, Kelch, if
Go
if
ahead.
the
You almost threw your captain under the bus. Go ahead. Keep talking.
I'm about to though. Okay, so the first series, you would have got zilch if I was playing center, boy. I'll tell you that right now because I would have been watching you. I know where you're at. Cabby's a winger, all right? You put him on right wing, he does his thing, he flies, he gets up there, he does his thing up there, he does a little doopsie-doos. He's got his elite skills on wing. He's not a centerman. That's the bottom line. He's not a centerman.
He was playing me. You think I'm a fucking centerman? Jesus fucking Christ. It doesn't matter.
Well, there you go. That's what I'm saying. I know you got, you're not a centerman, but at the same time, it would have been a different outcome if I was in center. That's all I got to say. That's it.
There's a reason I call it the big boy position.
All of our minuses came from that series, right? We the rest of the series were pretty tight, other than game 3 with MASH. We're not talking about that right now, but,
okay.
they were close. They were close games, and it was like the plus minus is like, we're +1 here.
We have a Blue Line King sighting in the chat. Blue Line, get the fuck
Blue Line King, what's up?
We don't really.
We gotta be okay.
Fuck.
If you knew how to make it
out of here.
How about you take the time while watching this to think about episode 3 of the Blue Line King show? All right, you get that working. We'll talk to you in 2024. Okay.
What a loser! All right, sorry. Go ahead, Nick Pass. That's the second time we've had to interrupt you, but you keep talking when Blue Line King gets brought up, and it's just fuck that guy.
So
There's something about you. You just bring out the Blue Line King and everyone.
I bring out the blue. Yeah. So when Nicky Pats talks, Blue Line King shows up. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but
it's a curse.
It's a curse, I guess. Yeah, I got a little bit of a 239 curse at this point. Everyone gets angry when I speak because Blue Line King's coming around. In all reality, I've never spoken to the band. I've never seen him in chat ever. But
all you need to know is fuck him.
All right, fuck Blue Line King. Fuck this guy.
Absolutely, that's right.
Whatever. Anyways,
no, he's a good guy. He's pretty good.
You know what? The minuses are you point to the plus minus. We're gonna turn around. There's still lots of season left. We got we got lots of chem going. We're good. We'll be fine, man. There's a couple of games there we should have won too that were kind of like we blew a tire. We kind of blew a tire there a little bit. Obviously, you guys have seen the fucking gif of Demart scoring all his bloody goals there 100 times already. So, we'll be all right. We're coming back though. We'll be all right.
He called you guys elite though, so you got that going for you. And you guys beat us, my team, so I can't talk.
All right, so I said I had negatives to talk about. There's one negative that I've been hampering it, and I cannot go an entire show without fucking mentioning it because it just has to be said. So if you look at the number of shots for like just players, right? Number 5 on shots list this season. It's a tie between Sober Enough, who has 50, and a guy named Jelly, 35. The only difference is Jelly is
shooting percentage.
4% shooting. 4.
Is he playing defense or goalie?
4.
Man.
4% fucking shooting. For a guy that has 50 shots 2 weeks in.
Jelly, what is up, buddy?
Look, the guy, I get it. The guy has hit 5 different posts. So
it's probably because the centerman was passing on the puck too late. Who was that guy?
Yeah. No doubt.
It was you.
Well, if you say that, one of those 4 series I was out of town, and then I was at defense one of the other series. So half the time, he should at least be at fucking 8% then.
No, I know. Jelly, be better.
Back it up, Jelly.
No,
it's almost your 18th birthday, Jelly. It's time to be a man and carry.
4%.
I didn't even know that was possible.
You can't be exactly. At 4%. As a forward, that is just, as for someone who takes a mass amount of shots, you cannot be at 4%. You've got to be minimum 15%.
I didn't even know the
Jelly hit up mash. If anybody knows how to carry, it's mash. So just all the people who are expected to carry and who are not right now, just hit up this guy.
I'm probably going to get banned for saying this, okay? But
hopefully.
It's actually hopefully fuck off. No, so here's an actual thing. Jelly, in our team practice now, we actually have a 10-minute period where we actually go into just like free skate, and he follows Schwartz around and watches how he shoots. Like he literally skates the whole way. It's fucking really weird, but it's a new thing. He's starting to take shots that Schwartz takes because at least one of them knows how to score, and that's my official statement.
That might be the cutest thing I've ever heard.
That is.
Yeah,
Me and Mash going to practice, and we just practice our
Wu-Tang.
Michigans the entire time.
Hold on. You know what? Since you mentioned it, if you go look at my last save video that I clipped from Xbox, you have Mr. Anderson mid-game pulling off a Michigan on a team. First time I've seen it done in-game, so shout out to Mr. Anderson. You are a fucking grimy, sweaty son of a bitch. And
Dude,
you
that was
finally
2 months of absolutely gross work. I felt like an absolute loser.
You are.
I did it one time in 2 months. I finally did it with 7 seconds left on the clock or something stupid.
Yeah, there was like no time left in the game. Yeah. But hey, you did it, so whatever. It was done. All right. Outside of that, we've kind of touched on a lot of things. Standings, trades, pickup, some stats stuff. What I'm going to do with our last topic before I send it to around the horn for everyone here is give me your prediction for which team either falls or climbs the standing from where they're currently at right now moving forward. All right. Yam,
definitely my team.
You've been quiet for a while, so I'm going to go ahead and send it to you. Is there a team that you expect to just jump the rankings or fall from them?
I'm gonna say Pogs' team because they're right now they're in 8th place, and I think with Pogs getting surprised me on his team, and Epic is apparently one of his boys, so they should have like that chemistry going on. So I think that they should see the most improvement. If I had more time than like 8 seconds, I would look at the schedules and see who's going to play who coming up. But just looking at standings, like I think my team improved not because I'm on that team, but because I think they made good trades to get better. But they're second, so it's like they got to move up one spot. That's kind of silly to pick them. But I think that Pogs has the best chance to move up the most. Maybe Hergs is second, but that's going to be my guess. Is Pogs and then Hergs.
Who do we want to go to next? We want to go to Mash. You want to go?
I got Hergy as the one who's going to move up for sure. I think he improved his team a lot, and we're going to see that in the standings.
Ando?
For me, I think it's Backdoor Bandits, number 2 seed currently. I think they're going to be the team that takes a fall a little bit. Just looking at the teams they played, have been some of the weaker teams in the standings. Still have to play quite a few of the better teams. I think they're going to take a little bit of tumble.
Nicky Pats?
Oh, it's 100% the Cockville blockers here. They're going to move up. They're going to move up to playoff position. It's been a tough go. We've also played some really tough teams, like a lot of the teams at the top of the standings too. So, the schedule eases up for us in the next coming weeks as well, and we're going to be bouncing back. It's going to be good. I think you'll see some movement there for sure, and it's not just a homer pick. We have the cast around. We got a lot of good players on the teams. So I can be carried quite a bit. I'm happy with that.
Johnny Blaze?
I'm going to piggyback on Mashapa there with Chinese finger traps. I think they were a little bit underwhelming with their first 12 games with the moves that were made. I think they have the ingredients necessary to be a top-tier team. For whatever reason, for these first few games, it hasn't happened. I think with the moves they've made, I'm going to keep an eye on these guys. I think they'll move up fairly well. Kudos, I'm a kudos to Hurricane boys. Keep an eye on them. I think they should make some kind of a run here.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously I want to say the Mighty Ducks, right?
Right.
With the trades that were
cool.
But unlike Nicky Pats, you don't fucking take your own team to pick something else. Have you never done a media show before? Come on, man.
That's my pick. That's my pick. That's the best media pick I can pick.
Go but up.
Hey. Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, well, what's it gonna be? What's gonna be? You want the biggest move? That's the biggest move. Watch. Next time we do the show, you're gonna be talking about who's got the most points, who's the biggest turnaround. Coxville
Who has the
blockers.
most points is still going to be matched. It's not going to be Nikki Pat.
Well, I'm talking about
Fucking
team
back it
points. I'm
up.
not talking about
Back
fucking
it up.
match points. Jesus
All
Christ.
right. All right, no. All right, so, I'm kind of like on the if. I have some guys that I like that I want to talk about, but I didn't because like some of you have already touched on it, like backdoor bandits or for instance Chinese finger traps. Those are like good picks, right? But there's like two teams that I really think are going to kind of take off. I'll start with 229 Globetrotters. I think they're going to go up in the standings fairly quickly. I do think when they play their line with Kane and with Croydon Knight, like that team defensively is like very, very well rounded. It's a tough team for any line to beat. So I think they're going to constantly win games, and then Pale moving to center, I think they're going to figure that out there with him, and then Dusty Nation now playing right D for them. Once they get that chemistry down, I expect Pale's team to like jump. But side note for that, my prediction, and Yam's going to probably lose his fucking mind here. Pale doesn't make another trade the rest of the season. That's my prediction. Okay? Now Pale, he's probably fucking finalizing a deal right now and make me look stupid in 12 minutes, but whatever. So that's one team. Another team, and it's just kind of Dora's backpack, Swizzy's team. Swizzy's team is good. They've only played 9 games, so it's a little kind of misleading where they're at. But I do expect this team overall to be like, and this is a line that you hear Anderson say a lot, where in 239 no holes wins you championships. And I don't see like a hole. Like they don't have necessarily the best like offense, like firepower, but they're not like a slouch offensively by any stretch of the imagination. They play very good defense. They have good goaltending, and they score. I think that team will jump. I think that's a good team, and they're going to be hard for a lot of teams to beat consistently, and they're not going to give up many like cheap goals. So those are probably my two teams if I'm just happen to pick. Other than that, let's send it around the horn before we close it out, and everyone can go enjoy their Sunday. Next Sunday we have a Super Bowl to talk about, and all that shit. So before we go, Johnny Blaze, thank you for hosting this. We do appreciate it.
No,
we'll give you the honors of hyping up your channel or anything else you want to do in your closing statements before we send it around the horn.
Thanks for making a great show. You guys did a great job as always. So great insight. Look, I think the chat appreciates. Everybody likes what you for the most part. You're gonna have people who disagree. It's good. It's part of it, right? But thank you for being allowing me to do this for you guys. I enjoy it. Great to have 239 Media. Great league. Great guys. So thank you.
Mash, you want to go?
I don't have much to say except for Yam, can you check your DMs?
Yeah, it's traded, baby.
Did he get traded?
Oh, I think.
If it's done, I need it to be just fucking announce it.
Just announce it. What's in your DMs, Mash? Read it out loud.
No, I didn't trade it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Pel Poner brings up a great chat. Pel Poner brings up a great point. Closing it out, D. Martin and Show. Your Blaze Bucks are in the mail.
Give me my Blaze Bucks, baby. Woo! All right, Dan.
Thanks for Johnny Blaze for hosting the show. Everybody that's watching the show, throw him a subscribe and give him whatever kind of fucking money that you give on Twitch. I don't know how that shit works, to be honest with you. Use it, fucking hook him up. Media's come a long way since we started, and make sure you tune in the crease every night. Was it Monday through Thursday?
Pretty much, yeah.
With Blaze and the crew, get them on there. Thanks for having me on. I should be able to come on Sundays when you guys do shows if you want.
Cool, yeah.
If you don't want, then fuck off. That's fine.
Absolutely.
But
love having you.
Thanks for having me. Good talking to you guys.
Nikki Pats.
Yeah, I got shout out to Johnny as well. Johnny, I know you know that I think highly of you. I think you're the boss, obviously, but
thanks, man. Appreciate it.
People give him money. Me and Johnny were talking about that earlier, how to make cash on this thing, and give him money. Anyway, but I also have two unfairnesses here. The first unfairness that I have to bring up is that we still don't have a beer or a food channel in 239, and I've been asking for it for a while. We need to get this cracking
That's not a
ASAP.
bad idea.
And on top of that is how can somebody be so good at a video game and be so handsome in Meshopta? It's like, this is fucking ridiculous.
He really is shit.
And he's got, he's got it all. It's like, there's got to be something, What is he, a fucking millionaire? Anyway, whatever.
It's making it rain.
Anyway, I'm just joking.
Just to jump in here real quick, because this is how the admins work. We do have a food and beer channel right now.
Nice.
Carry on.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Jan. Excellent. You made my day. Okay.
Not much. Thanks for everybody for joining. Thanks, to you, Nikki, for joining Being Beauty, being talked to the fuck. You're handsome yourself. Got a nice beard, nice glasses. You look smart, talk smart. Thanks for Blaze for hosting as always. Thanks for Nash for being a handsome fuck and being really good at the game. I mean, yeah, you got a nice little bald head there, just like mine. Thanks for actually living up to the hype of being the king of media, self-proclaimed. Thanks for Kelch for hosting the show as always. Fresh little haircut there for the boys, looking cute.
It's got the slick back thing
thanks to
going.
everybody who tuned in
very vato,
tonight.
man.
We appreciate you. Keep grinding, keep practicing, keep playing with the team, keep being involved. Truth Nerd's a fun league. Hope you guys enjoy it. Keep giving us suggestions, all that good stuff. Thanks for tuning in, boys. Thanks.
Yeah, so
All right,
like
and then
we got it
I'll
one game tomorrow.
What would say? We got one game tomorrow.
One game tomorrow. Flam Fan Show's going to be on before it. Well, Flam Fan Show, then the one game, and then I believe it's 4-8-4. So Tuesday I'll have 4 games. Wednesday's 8 games. Thursday is 4 games. Pending whatever reschedules have occurred behind the scenes. So
I'll put the cape on right now if you really want me to.
make it happen.
Hell, you gift the sub to the channel right now. I'll go grab the cape.
Next bet will be if Kelch wears a cape. Okay, that's a good bet.
I'll talk a little bit. I'll talk for like 2 minutes. Give you time to go ahead and drop a subscribe, or if you want to gift a sub, then I'll go grab that. I'll grab the cape right now.
In the meantime, I got Pokemon to catch in that NDA Discord channel.
So here's what I have to say. One, as Blaze just said, if show's tomorrow, you got the Fan Plan show, and then you also have In the Crease afterwards. Be on this channel as well. Make sure you tune into that. That's at least a good show. I'm talking to you, NDA, that garbage-ass show you put together. Cortez-y, bobbity, lick my ass, or whatever the fuck your new name is.
News guy.
My sources said that's trash. Ace gifted a sub. I'll be right back.
Oh, he's going to go pee.
Is that okay?
No, that's pretty much all we got. Kel's gonna close the show after that. So, I mean, thanks to everybody for tuning in. Make sure you guys are tuning into all the different media, whether it's write-ups, whether it's In the Crease every night with Holly and Blaze and Dangles and all the different boys, Mike, or this show itself. Keeping involved. Kelch, you got the cape on. Close this out. Close the show.
Got the cape.
All right, you know what it is. All right, this the cape of champions right here. You know what I mean? We got a belt. We got the cape. We got things going for us. 239. We all love you. Thank you for tuning into the Faceoff. Have a follow if you haven't already for Johnny Blaze's stream. Other than that, we will see you on the ice. Talk to you later.
See you guys. Peace.
Later.
See you, boys.